Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Utility Sports. We have breaking news here again from Shams Charania. After the NBA trade deadline, of course, Brooklyn was not able to find any trade suitors for Ben Simmons. That's not really the surprising bit here. But now we do have news about an actual contract buyout. During the live streams this week, I talked at length about Simmons being a very likely buyout candidate. I had name dropped the Los Angeles Clippers, but the Brooklyn Nets forward also is going to have suitors from other teams. Here, let's get to Shams Charania's report. Ben Simmons is finalizing a contract with the Brooklyn Nets to become a free agent. Sources tell me, and Windhorst ESPN. Simmons will meet with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the LA Clippers starting Friday as he decides his next home. So, with Ben Simmons now entering free agency, becoming a free agent after getting bought out from the Brooklyn Nets. First of all, this is not really shocking, but the news here really is which team he could potentially land with. The Cavaliers, of course, at the trade deadline were extremely active in getting below the tax. They traded for DeAndre Hunter, made a significant addition into their starting lineup. DeAndre Hunter averaging over 19 points per game, shooting over 45% from the floor and 38% from three. He's had a really tremendous season for the Atlanta Hawks up to this point, and now is a big addition into what is a very, very great starting five there in Cleveland with Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, DeAndre Hunter, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. Now Simmons could be very unique depth here, and for head coach Kenny Atkinson, you're looking at someone who has been able to maximize players in the past, figure out ways to make non-shooters effective. If you look at his success, obviously with Jared Allen, both in Brooklyn and now in Cleveland, and Jared Allen's a traditional center, so it's obviously different than Ben Simmons. But I think overall, Ben Simmons in Cleveland would be a very interesting piece here because Cleveland did give up two players to get under the tax. They traded away George Niang and also Karis LeVert. So they do have a roster spot here that does make some sense. And also for the Clippers, this has been a team that I have been screaming from the mountaintops needs a real ball handler playmaker that isn't Kevin Porter Jr. At the deadline, they traded Kevin Porter Jr. to Milwaukee in what I thought was a very smart deal for Marjon Beauchamp, someone who didn't really have a role in Milwaukee. The Clippers were able to take in a little bit of extra salary in that deal after getting off of PJ Tucker. They opened up in this situation the ability to also go in after a free agent like Ben Simmons, who, remember, there's going to be a limited market here. All of the apron teams cannot go after Ben Simmons since he made more than the $12.8 million non-taxpayer mid-level exception with his $40 million salary figure this season. He cannot be signed by apron teams, so Boston's out of the picture. A bunch of different teams in that kind of realm, right? Minnesota, out of the picture. Milwaukee, out of the picture. There's a variety of teams, pretty long list that is, that cannot sign Ben Simmons. So, with that in mind, teams like Cleveland, who is the number one seed in the Eastern Conference right now, the Los Angeles Clippers, who have been a quite good team all year, even when Kawhi Leonard's been out at the beginning of the season, they're a top 6 seed in the Western Conference. These are two teams that I think make legitimate sense for Ben Simmons. If it comes down to it, I think he will choose between one of these two teams. Now, there's a variety of ways to look at this from Ben Simmons' perspective. Is it better to land in Cleveland on what has been the best team in the league, arguably, a team that probably gives him maybe the best chance at getting deep in the postseason, or is going to Los Angeles, where he's probably more needed? The Clippers, outside of James Harden, just do need another ball handler on their roster right now. They did get Patty Mills from Utah, but I do think if this team's looking for more actual talent and size, and listen, the Clippers have built a very good defensive team on the backs of Ty Lue and Jeff Van Gundy's coaching there. This team desperately needs another guard, another ball handler. Now, I know Ben Simmons isn't your traditional point guard, but he's very comfortable having the ball in his hands, making plays for others, creating. Now, he does come with his own set of flaws. We're not going to get into that in this video. But these two teams specifically, I think, are very sensible destinations. One of them can give Ben Simmons a limited role, which will allow him to hopefully progress further into the playoffs and maybe show off what he can do in a playoff setting. Again, we haven't really gotten to see that from him because of injuries and because of Brooklyn's team status. We haven't gotten to see Ben Simmons in the playoffs for a long time. The last time we really got to see him in the postseason, it was not a good look. So this could be a good opportunity in Cleveland to kind of maybe reset our palette and see what Ben Simmons is now as a different archetype of player, further into his career after dealing with injuries, in a different kind of role than he was cast in Philadelphia, what can we see from Ben Simmons? That's going to be a fascinating question. Whereas Los Angeles gives him kind of that bigger role again, puts the ball in his hands a bit more, allows him to be a playmaker. I'm not sure how the Ivica Zubats and Ben Simmons fit would actually operate on the court offensively, but defensively, this Clippers team would be really darn fun. They'd be really, really exciting. And I think this is one of the more important things to watch for. Ben Simmons bought out. Not really surprising there, but again, these two destinations, we have pretty firm reporting here from both Brian Windhorst and Shams Charania, and I think these are both awesome landing spots for Ben Simmons, and I'm very, very excited to see where he goes. Everyone right now, comment down below, where do you think Ben Simmons signs? Is it Cleveland? Is it Los Angeles? Or does some mystery third team get involved here and go after Ben Simmons? Thanks everyone so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more NBA content, and we'll catch you in the very next Utility Sports video.